Great having my next guest back here on the program. He's coming off his first UFC victory and getting that split decision win over Guido Canetti at UFC Fight Night on August 28th. It's Mana Martinez back here on the program. Mana, how's it going?
Going well, doing good. Couldn't ask for any much more. So doing awesome, James.
And you got some cool shades on. We were talking about this off air, and it's well deserved, man. Coming off that first UFC victory, we're a few days removed now. I know there's a lot of challenges going into the fight, but how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm in high spirits. I was a little bit down after my fight. It kind of was setting in that my coach is no longer here, but I know he'd want me to celebrate and be happy. So I'm happy right now, man.
That's good to hear. And, we'll get into the fight in a sec, but just how tough was that period just going into this fight, knowing what had happened? Obviously, for those who didn't hear, your coach unfortunately passing away due to COVID. How did you get through it, man? Because I know a lot of people probably wouldn't have taken that fight.
I just try to stay as mentally strong as I could. And, there was a little voice in my head, his specifically, that kept reminding me, let's do this. And, and I know that's what he would want me to do, go out there and fight and, and not mourn over his loss. So that's what I made sure to do, just stay strong, hear his little voice in my head and, just block out everything else. And, after the fight, maybe mourn a little bit, but prior to the fight, just keep that tunnel vision and stay a course.
How close was the team, leading into that fight, just with everything that happened? I'm sure a guy like Adrian Yanez, you guys probably even closer than before. And this is when you need your friends or times like that.
We were super close. We all got together and, we had our team talk and, made sure that we were going to keep each other accountable and stay strong throughout this. Make sure we continue with Coach Saul's legacy and continue to make him proud. He was already proud of us, but we just want everybody to continue to grind together and, continue to push forward. And Adrian really stepped up a tremendous amount. So, props to him. He was at the funeral and caught a flight over Friday, was able to make it and had to quarantine what little time he did, but was still able to manage to be in my corner and, help me with the right instructions. So big props to him for the big shoes he's filling in. And just proud of us all for coming together and, like I said, keeping each other accountable and staying strong through this whole time.
What was the game plan going into the fight, and do you feel like you executed it?
The game plan was, I didn't think too much of a game plan. I had seen in his few losses that he had in the past that, he got dropped. And, I was thinking one of my shots would drop him and land. But I also thought, and it crossed my mind, that this guy is fighting for his UFC career. He's not going to go away easy. And, he's not just going to fold. He's going to try and stay in there for as long as he can and, and be as gritty and as tough as he can. But it didn't quite go the way I expected it to. So, I kind of just had to outpoint him, apply the pressure, take him down the couple times I did, keep him up against the fence. And that game plan worked. So, again, I was able to get my hand raised, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Was there anything you weren't expecting in the fight from him that maybe surprised you a bit?
Yeah, his toughness, his grit. I was expecting those hard kicks. I ate them. Like I said, didn't faze me too much. Didn't stop me from coming forward and applying pressure. But yeah, it was just a little bit tougher than what I expected. Nothing too surprising, but that's fine. Like I said, when you're fighting for your UFC career and you've lost so many in a row, I wouldn't expect nothing less from them.
How confident were you when you went to the scorecards? Because you never know with the judging these days. It was a split decision. I think most people felt like you did win, but what's going through your head when you're hearing the judge had given it to him?
Oh, yeah, like you said, most people, I think, thought it was unanimous, and it should have been going back and watching the fight. But there was a little bit of doubt in my mind. Just because the judges, I know I knew I did enough to win and secure the fights, but sometimes you don't know what the judges are watching or what they're thinking or how they're seeing the fight. but breaking it down and running it back through my head as I was waiting to get my hear the announcement of the winner, I thought about the pressure that I applied, the takedowns that I got, how many times I had him up against the fence. All he did was throw a few leg kicks, body kicks, and it really didn't put me on no threat. And he never really had any opportunities to finish the fight. I, on the other hand, again, had him up against the fence, and, I was more of a threat to win the fight. So I knew my hand would get raised, and I had all the confidence.
I know it's pretty fresh, this victory, but do you have an idea of when you're looking to get back in there? I imagine you want one more this year, or do you want to sort of take your time and get back into it?
No, for sure. I want one more. And from what I've spoke to my manager about, we've discussed early December, late November. So I'm hoping for sure one of those dates falls through. Excuse me. So I can get back in there and squeeze one more out before the end of the year. Yeah, but I want to get back in there. I'm anxious. I'm excited.
And any opponents in mind, or you just sort of leave that up to your management and your coaches?
Yeah, I just leave that up to my management. Even this last fight that got canceled, I'll accept anybody. I had a few opponent changes, and I said yes to everybody. So whoever they throw in front of me, I'm ready to scrap, ready to do it. Just go out there, just give me a date.
I was going to mention as well, and you sort of talked a bit about it there, but we didn't even mention this, that you were supposed to fight a few weeks before, and then obviously they switched things up because the opponent change and everything else. So, I mean, does this win add a little bit more, just knowing everything you went through, everything you overcame, and you still got the win at the end of the day with, the opponent switch up and what happened with your coach?
I haven't quite thought of it, but yeah, it should add up for something. I did face a lot of adversity from 3-4 opponent changes, a fight date being changed, me testing positive for COVID. There's a lot of factors that went into this fight, and maybe could have put me at risk for losing, but I was confident in myself, and like I said, I kept hearing my coach in my head telling me, like, you can do this, like, it's your time. So yeah, it is a little bit more of a bonus victory, but I'm sure people don't care for the excuses, and I'm not one to make any. I still got my hand raised at the end of the day, so I'm ready to do it again, hopefully early December, and have a good, fresh camp.
What is the plan with the camp going forward? I mean, Sal is your head coach. Is that something? Are there just other coaches stepping up into that role? Like what's the latest on your camp right now? Or is it still, I guess, you're figuring all that out?
We're still in the process of figuring it out. Adrian's really stepping up. A few other guys are stepping up, and like I mentioned, we're holding each other accountable. So we've got a good brotherhood, and we're making things happen. We're making things work. We're still putting in the drilling and implementing other new things into our training. It's going to help us excel, but still doing things that coach would have wanted us to do and had us doing on a regular basis, as well as other stuff that we're implicating. So we're just amongst each other, helping each other grow and push each other.
And then what about this week? What have you been up to? I'm sure a little bit of training, but also some good food, relaxing. Like what's this past week look like, and what's the weekend looking like for you too?
Exactly. It's been a bunch of good food. I love food, enjoying good food. So that and my sweets. I love chocolate. I love candy. So that's been my celebration. Crumble cookies, actually. They have one in Houston now, not too far, about 10 minutes down the road. So I've been stopping by there. And if you haven't tried crumble cookies, you should definitely go over there to one locally around you or somewhere around there. But that and I don't know what the weekend's plans have. It's actually my little sister's birthday a week or two before my fight. So she kind of held off on her party, and I think we've got that planned for this weekend, and I get to celebrate with all my family coming over and her little friends. So that's probably what the weekend has. And yeah, it's been a bunch of good food celebrating that way.
It's good. So the glasses, I got to know, did you buy them? Did someone buy them for you? They're awesome. And if anyone tells you otherwise, don't listen to them because I think they look great. You look like an 80s wrestler. I love it.
I appreciate it. Yeah. not that I'm a flashy guy, but like the shoes I have are real loud. I like loud things. These glasses are pretty loud, so there's something that stand out. And I don't like wearing the basic Ray-Bans or anything like that. So anything kind of loud or flashy like that, I'll wear. But my little brother actually bought me these, and he's got a matching blue pair, so we'll walk around stunning.
There you go. You guys
And
are like a tag team. It's cool. If any people will know not to mess with you, right? Because you guys mean business.
exactly, blocking out the haters.
Exactly. I love it. Man, thanks so much for doing this, man. Always a pleasure. Congratulations on the win. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
You can just follow me at Monoboy7 on Instagram, Twitter, BOI Monoboy. But yeah, appreciate everybody who's stuck with me since day one. I say that a lot, but I truly mean it, and I'm very thankful for the support that I have, especially everyone here in Houston. They've been riding with me since my amateur career, and all these local promotions I fought for, and now that I'm in the big show, they've still stuck with me, and it means a lot. So thank you to them, and appreciate you for having me, man.